So to start off, you play Will in the brand new coming-of-age thriller, The Giant. To start us off, tell
Yes.
me a little bit about Will and his character. How would you describe him in your own words?
Well, he's a good old boy, I think. He's a very good friend. He's a jokester. He's a prankster. And I think we've all had a friend like Will growing up. Yeah.
Absolutely. Tell me a little bit about the plot of this film. It's such an intense thriller. It has so many twists and turns. How would you describe it?
I would describe it as a very beautiful and deep, dark look at growing up in America.
Yeah, I could totally see that. What was your process like in preparing for this role? How did you get into character to play Will?
We lived in this small town outside of Atlanta, Georgia, and we all knew each other. And I think Odessa Young was really committed to the movie, and she really pushed everyone to have the same level of commitment and and really get into it. Even when we weren't shooting, we were talking about it or living it. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Always. What was that contrast like in this project versus others that you've done? How did this differ from your other films or your other projects? What kind of made this stand out?
Well, I think this was a project that this was the kind of project that I'm always looking for, something that is really immersive and uh, really good for actors. We got a lot of room to really work on these characters, and we were taking seriously. Our ideas were taken really seriously, and uh, yeah, we really got to immerse ourselves in the process of it.
Tell me a little, you said that your ideas were taken seriously. That's really cool. Did you kind of have a say in your character? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think we all did, and David Rayboy was really open to all of our ideas, and um, if we were inspired to do something, he would take it seriously, and and because of that, it was a very creative environment.
Do you think that your version of Will differed from the version of Will that was in the script?
Yeah, I do. I do. I think it became something else when we all got there and started shooting. Um, yeah.
That's something to be, I think, very proud of. Speaking of the script, it was phenomenal. It was intense. It was thought-provoking at the same time. What was your favorite thing about the script?
About the script, did you read the script?
I didn't read it, but you know the way I wish I did. I should have.
Oh, right, the script. Oh, just the script. Like, I'm
Yeah,
like, what? Yeah.
no, the conversation.
Um, yeah, the script. I mean, the script was like, let's see, I read it so many times to try to figure it out.
Yeah.
And then I talked to the director, David, about it. And he's like, I don't even know what is in the script. He's like, but you know, the script actually, I think he actually did a pretty good job, whether he would admit it or not. I think it is pretty close to the script. But he probably would, as a director, would like to be the kind of director that isn't too tied to the script. And, um, you know, he was quite happy to, you know, rip a page out and throw it in the bin if you know, we were all inspired to do so. So I don't know. Yeah, script is what script.
Tell me a little bit about the filming process. Do you have any favorite moments from filming or anything that kind of sticks out?
Yeah, it was really beautiful. I mean, we all like something that I really like about the movie is that it's shot really beautifully, and it's something like in between, like the way he like portrays the South is like very like gothic, and like Tennessee Williams meets like you know like Nosferatu or something like really.
Yeah.
but but it was, yeah, like I said, it's shot really beautifully, and some of these locations are absolutely gorgeous. And we got to just hang out by the lake, all of us. We all became friends, and we just swim in the lake and shoot fireworks, and it's just beautiful, and yeah.
It's nice how you guys kind of got to capture that. Coming of age thriller is such a unique and interesting genre because it kind of combines the usual coming of age narrative with something so much more intense and interesting. What was your kind of interpretation of the film? What do you think the meaning of it was? Because obviously it's not clear, but like.
I mean, I think it's open to interpretation, but it's what I got from it was like when you're graduating high school and you just have this deep kind of dread of the world and anxiety about growing up and all these physical changes and all these changes socially, and it can be really overwhelming and intense, and I think it captured that feeling of being young and confused and full of energy. Yeah.
It definitely did. And I feel like you guys did such a great job of capturing that. What about this film are you most excited for viewers to see? Is there anything that really stands out to you?
Well, it's really visually stunning, and it can be scary at times too, which is cool and exciting. And I think there's some really powerful acting in it too. So yeah, all that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
This movie was shot on 35 millimeter, which is the coolest thing ever to me.
Yeah.
What was the contrast? What's the contrast for actors between shooting on film and then shooting digitally for you guys? Is there any major differences or is it similar?
I think it's pretty much similar. I try not to worry too much about what they're up to on the camera department, but it definitely it definitely like takes longer to shoot on film. Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, and it looks really cool.
It looks amazing. It's awesome. I love the way that this film sort of kind of removes you from reality because you have that element of dreams coming into play.
Yeah.
Just as well as so many like twists and turns that kind of take you in and out. How did you and the rest of the cast kind of work to portray this like dreamy, kind of hazy type of feel to it? What was that process like?
Right. Well, that's a good question. I think like it's kind of what I was talking about earlier when we all really got into shooting the film, and I think Odessa was a big help because she really set the tone. Her and David really set the tone of the whole film. And when I got to Georgia, like I remember the night I got there, I sat down with both of them, and in this motel parking lot, and we were all just kind of like I just got their dreamy kind of cool vibe really rubbed off on me, and I hope I did good and I made them proud because they're very cool and dreamy people.
I'm sure you did. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you face any challenges during filming? What were they? Because I know this is kind of a very intense project.
Yeah, I mean it was just mental. It was like we'd just be out in the woods, and there's all kinds of I'm from LA, and
Yeah.
there aren't the bugs. There aren't bugs like there are in Georgia. And so, one thing that freaked me out was the massive bugs that were everywhere. And you know, you can, why I bring up the bugs is not just because I'm a wimp, but also because the cicadas are such a big part of this soundtrack of the film.
Yeah.
And you know, the South is just it's just like in the South in the summertime is just such a beast, and it really comes through in the movie.
I could totally see that. 100%. How do you want viewers to interpret Will as a character? We see so many different sides of him in the film. What do you want viewers to take away from him?
From Will,
Mhm.
that I don't know. I kind of saw Will as like as a good friend, someone who has good intentions, but is also sometimes good friends aren't. Oh, I don't know. So he's obviously he has his flaws too, but um, he's a friend from high school, a friend that you might not keep in touch with, but you'll always remember. You know, you'll always have a soft spot for.
And like that distant memory sort of feel that I think the whole
Yeah,
movie really has, which is so cool. What inspires you in your acting process? Do you have anything that like
inspires me. I don't know. Nature. um, Other actors. Um, the wardrobe.
kind of getting into that feel?
Yeah.
Definitely. So what can we expect from you next in the future? What are you working on right now?
Well, just reading things and just trying to. Um, I think we're all trying to figure out how to work in this climate, in 2020, and but I'm inspired, and I'm very hopeful and optimistic that there'll be a ton of cool things coming up, and yeah, I
Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, I'm so excited to see what you do. Thank you so much for joining me today, Jack. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited for everyone to see this film. It's amazing. Thank you so, so, so much.
Sure. Thank you very much. All right. Have a good
Sure.
day.